Stop the cap.
No problem.
Давай, ты хаваешь
No
его?
problem.
Ну ты его хаваешь и все.
No
Да?
problem. No problem.
Хаваешь?
No problem.
Ну хавай.
Ça va.
Хавай.
Прекратите это делать.
Ça va.
Прекратите это делать.
Быстрее.
Прекратите это делать.
Yes. Ça va.
Прекратите это делать.
Ну, дальше.
Help us. Without your hand, we are nothing. Without the white people, without the white man, there is no life. Africa, to be Africa, it must be Europe. Go see how South Africa looks like today. The white people built it, South Africa. Beautiful South Africa. Just because of you white people. You are a great kingdom. You are blessed by God to be who you are today. God bless you. You are a fighting hand. Thank you, I love you. I want to be somewhere. You go connect me with the black world in America.
You don't know. I know. But you disrespected myself. You disrespected my family. But I would never do your children or your family or even you or no human being that way. I would never treat anybody that way. But I want you to know, man to man, that shit's not. And you don't know what young man. I have grace and honor. I was raised with morals and values. But I lost a lot. I lost my mother. I lost my mother-in-law. I lost my sister. All that shit. You don't know what mental state the next human being could be in. And it wouldn't be a cop. It wouldn't be a security guard. It wouldn't be nobody that could stop me from getting on your ass if I wanted to. You understand? So I want you to know that. Think about that. It doesn't matter about the age. You treat human beings.
Where'd that car get that nigger at?
What nigger?
Where'd that car get that nigger at?
What nigger?
My people a nigger the other day. They look like the same car you viral on Facebook for that shit. I'm gonna let you know you better watch your fucking mouth, cause I'll be the one to slap the fuck out you. Don't disrespect my people. Don't let Trump have you fucked up, cause I slap the fuck out you. Nah, you look like the nigga who was on Facebook calling my folks a nigga. Good say. I slap you. That look like you, motherfucker.
Here's another primary example. And I'm going to make a video about black Southerners, and because I'm reading the comments and I'm seeing, and I'm going to have to break down some of my biases and based off of my experiences that I've had. But I want to talk about this video clip right here where this African man in Ukraine was forced to eat a banana. Now, if this was an African American, we would have crashed the fuck out. Somebody ain't going home that day. Point blank, period. We would have crashed out. Now, granted, in the United States, we got a Second Amendment. But I don't care whether you got a blade on you or whatever tool you had. But that white man would have been hospitalized, if not lost his life. Now, when we talk about black, Africans being docile, and I'll put this more on Africans and I'll put on Caribbeans, because I don't even think not a Caribbean black man. I don't see them tolerate. We don't see any videos of them being blatantly disrespected like we see with these Africans, with namely the Chinese, and also, when black people are in Europe. And kissing boots and everything. We don't care how much of a minority we are. Hell, we're only 13% of the population, in the United States. We're only 13%. And depending on where you at, that could go down to 0.001%. You see? Now, some people will argue, oh, we have protections in the United States. And do we really? Do you see what's going on? With Trump, that's just paper. That's on paper. But I guess you could argue at least it's on paper. But what is on paper because African Americans fought for it. We fought for it. I like what somebody wrote in the comments section, that a lot of y'all got this white people appeasement complex. I like that because that's really what it is. White people appeasement complex. And I really do think when it comes to Africans in particular, I think that and I got some Africans that are being truthful in the comment section. The inferiority complex is high. You know, the white savior complex, you know, is high. And a lot of Africans, you know, again, they try to distinguish themselves away from, in particular, African Americans, whether based off of media or you know, things that they've heard, and they don't prepare themselves, you know, for white supremacy. You know, they don't interact with it on a daily basis. They don't understand it. I was going to make an analogy. I was going to make a separate video, but I might as well say it here. And I was going to compare, you know, Africans to like the wolf versus the dog, right? But I was thinking about a way of putting it, because most people would say, yeah, you know, the wolf is free, and the wolf, is, in tune with nature and whatnot. And there's aspects of that where I could look at an African and say that an African is like a wolf, right? But I would compare African Americans to a dog that has been subjected to dog fighting. And so when people talk about the anger that African Americans have, and they talk about, our quickness to violence, yeah, it's because we've been over here dog fighting, because, that's what basically in comparison, we were bred and set up to do. And the thing is, even though we're quote unquote domesticated, in America, and we're a pet, unlike the wolf, which I would compare to the African who is free. Okay. We know when Massa goes to sleep. We know when Massa gets up. We know Massa's activities, right? We know what's going on when it comes to white folks. And when we try to tell you Africans what the fuck is going on, y'all just dismiss it. And then you come over here and then you end up having your little nigga wake up call. When we tell you how white people are, when we talk about their pathology, you best be listening. But y'all don't like to listen. Y'all like to just dismiss and act like we don't know what we're talking about. And then when you end up in these situations and in these environments where a white man got you eating a fucking banana because he thinks that you're a monkey, and then you up there looking weak and looking like a fool and looking pathetic. And that shit has secondhand embarrassment on us. There's a part of it that comes down to, no, we don't want to see you get fucked up, because that reflects on us. But y'all go out there thinking, oh, I'm different. Oh, it ain't going to happen to me. I'm safe. And you could tell even by the way that white man was holding that camera, that African man was bigger than he is, because the damn camera is tilted up. And not only that, you heard the Ukrainian woman in the background. I'm like, wait a minute. You over here with your bitch? Oh, I'm really going to embarrass the fuck out of you. Oh, I'm really going to embarrass the fuck out of you. But nah, that's not what happened in that video, because y'all don't have that same burning anger when y'all talk about, oh, we ain't got a chip on our shoulder like you African Americans. Yeah, and that's why your ass is over there stuffing your face with a fucking banana because a white man told you to. Yeah, you ain't got no fight in you. Meanwhile, I got here's the two clips of African Americans responding to when they're confronted with racism or confronted with bigotry. See, we don't play that shit. You can find more videos of us crashing out or about to fucking crash out than videos of y'all crashing out. Because y'all don't crash out. Find me a video of an African in Africa crashing the fuck out. You ain't gonna find that shit. Y'all be taking an eternity to fucking respond. Y'all have so much self-doubt. You don't know what to do. It like, again, how you gonna have the smallest and shortest man on planet Earth, the Asian man, whooping your ass, and some of y'all Africans are the tallest men on planet Earth? Man, that shit makes no sense. It's secondhand embarrassment. I don't care what some of these, anti-Pan-Africanist, it don't reflect on me. They've been sitting around listening to too much Tariq Nasheed. No, it's secondhand embarrassment. All black people should be concerned about that shit, because that shit reflects on all of us. But y'all want to run around with your stupid, silly ass tribalism, thinking that these damn other groups give a fuck about what flavor of black you are. I don't have to say much else. You know, that's all I got to say for this video. The video evidence, you know, speaks for itself. Y'all need to stop being spineless and stand up for yourself, at least like Burkina Faso. Anyway, that's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
To colonize Africa because of our value systems. We were welcoming to visitors. Kindness was also an important virtue in African society. Unfortunately, the values that were held in high regard in African society were the same values that made Europeans view us as naive and inferior. In short, our kindness was taken for weakness. The same thing happened to the Aztecs in South America. After Christopher Columbus's first voyage, he described the natives as so naive, so free with their possessions. When you ask for something, they never say no. To the contrary, they offer to share with anyone. To European imperialists, being kind to one another, let alone strangers, was not a common occurrence. You see, by 1601, the Dutch had already established the first stock exchange in history. This also means that capitalism began to take shape in European society. In essence, it was every person for themselves, may the best businessman win. So when they set foot in Africa and saw people living in harmonious communal societies, we became targets, easy targets. And that's how precious minerals and other resources were siphoned out of Africa to build Europe.
As long as we are concerned, Africa is one. I am not a Ghanaian. I am not a Zambian. I am not a Zimbabwean. I do not recognize a Ghana. I do not recognize a Zambia. I recognize Africa. Yes. One Africa, one passport. One passport, one citizenship, one currency, one military command, one central bank of issue, one communication system, one people, one destiny. That is the Africa that we want. And we are here not to beg for it. We are declaring it as of rights. And it is ours to do so. Nobody has the right to sit in Berlin and declare Africa divided.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!